Hello, this is Thaddeus Hager here with All Western Mortgage, and I am here with our Southern Nevada rep for the Home at Last program, Melanie Evans. Hi Melanie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing well. Now, can you tell me a little bit about the Home at Last Down Payment Assistance Program?
Sure. So we started the program back in 2006 after we did a housing study that determined that the biggest impediment for getting home buyers into homes was the down payment. Most people can afford their monthly rent. They just have a little trouble with that down payment, and that's where we come in. You can get a grant from anywhere from 0 to 5%, and you don't have to pay it back. It's a gift.
That's fantastic. Now, does a customer, what do they do to qualify for that program?
Well, we have a couple different income limits for our program. There are minimum FICO scores as well. So for the government loans, FHA, VA, USDA, the maximum income limit is $98,500. And that's for qualifying income, so that's whoever's on the loan, it's not household income. And for our conventional product, our HFA preferred, the income limit is $125,000.
Wow. And what does the DTI, the debt to income ratio, need to be for that program?
Okay, so those two are different too. For the government loans, it's 45%, and that's the money coming in and going out each month. And then for our conventional, it's actually 50%.
50%? Wow, that's fantastic. That is actually really very cool.
Yeah.
So if a person then wants to do this program, what do they need to do?
Well, we do require homebuyer education. That's the one step they have to do with us. And we have that on our website. It's free. We have it both English and Spanish. It takes about 20 minutes. They watch a video. They have to watch the whole video. And then at the end, take a test. And if they pass, they get a certificate. And it's good for 1 year. So it talks about the 10-step process to purchasing a home. So it's a great educational resource for even first-time buyers or people that have purchased before.
That's fantastic. If they've taken a class in town, can they still qualify with that class maybe possibly?
Yes, we do have a list on our website of the, there are a lot of nonprofits in town that offer the 6, 7, or 8 hour HUD certified class. Those are great classes. For someone that has lots of questions and wants to know everything there is to know, we recommend those classes. And a lot of them are free, some of them do charge. But we do accept those certificates as well.
That's fantastic. That's great. So let's say hypothetically that this they've taken the online class and they've gotten their certificate. What is the process then now with the realtor? Do they can they buy any home in the valley or?
Well, because we are a rural housing authority, we are restricted by population, so areas of less than 150,000. So we cover the 15 rural counties of the state and then the rural parts of the urban counties of Washoe and Clark County. So what that means for the valley is we cover about 70 square miles. The largest area that we cover is Enterprise, so that's all the Southern Highlands and Mountains Edge. We also cover Winchester, which is Sahara, DI, Las Vegas Boulevard, Boulder Highway area. And Whitney, which is off of Boulder Highway near Tropicana, and then also Summerlin South, which is south of Charleston, west of Hualapai.
Well, that's cool. So if a customer and a realtor want to see if that house that they're possibly looking at qualifies, where can they go or how do they find out?
They can go to our website. We have a property eligibility map, or they can go straight to halmap.org. It stands for Home at Last and map.org. They can type in the address or the street address or the area, and it will let them know if it qualifies.
And then let's say the realtor, they find a house and it does qualify. It is in the area. The Southwest is a growing area, and so that's a fantastic area to do it. And they write up a purchase and sale agreement with their realtor. They bring it to a certified lender. What any other things that they should experience or expect during the process?
It's actually really easy for the home buyer. There's a little paperwork on your side, but for the home buyer, all they have to do is sign one piece of paper at closing, and you're able to take them through that whole process. We don't do additional underwriting, so we leave it to you, the expert.
That's a great program. That sounds fantastic. Now let's touch base on a little bit on that MCC program, if we could.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Certainly. Yes. So it's a mortgage credit certificate. We also call it the mortgage tax credit. And I like to explain it to folks that haven't heard of it before, because a lot of people haven't, even though they've been around for decades, like a child tax credit. When you have a child, that next year you go to file your taxes. You put in their name, their social security number, and it automatically deducts that $2,500 off of your taxes. A mortgage credit certificate is very similar to that. You purchase a home, it does have to be part of your home purchase. You add that MCC onto your home loan, and then the next year you file your taxes and get that $2,000 tax credit.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's a great deal.
It is, and one thing that's really awesome about it too, and why lenders and realtors love it, is you can use that extra $2,000 as extra income. So if you have someone whose debt-to-income ratio is a little high, it can help lower that debt-to-income ratio, or they can qualify for a larger loan.
Anything that we have to watch out for? Are the income limits possibly?
There are. For the mortgage credit certificate, they're different than they are for the down payment assistance. They're set by the IRS, so we don't really have any sway on that at all. And you do have to be a first-time home buyer as well.
Okay.
So that means you haven't owned your primary residence in 3 years. And then there are income and purchase price limits. So for Clark County, the income limit is for 1 to 2 people in the home, and it's just whoever is living in the home and on the loan or the deed, so not household income. But for 1 to 2 people, it's $62,243, and for 3 or more, it's $71,580. And then the max purchase price is $271,084.
Wow.
So that's about an average. We were listening to someone from CoreLogic the other day talking about closings in Clark County, and I felt like they were speaking MCC numbers, because that was about the average income for people purchasing home and the average sales price. So there's a lot of opportunity for people to get MCCs.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you again for coming in and talking to us about the programs, especially that down payment assistance, and both programs are great. But that down payment assistance is fantastic,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and that's great. And thank you for watching.